and I'm gonna tag him. Big shout outs to y'all. And we're gonna talk about how do plea deals work. All right. I want to mention a keyword out for plea, because y'all gonna listen to this in a little bit later as we go. Big shout out to Amy Conway. Big shout out to Jen. Thank you so much for being here. Very so much appreciated. Make sure to click like, subscribe, and share the content. All right. R for plea. That's gonna come up in the conversation in a little bit. Please make sure y'all pay attention to that. Okay. So let's listen to a great law firm putting the work in YouTube. Big shout outs to y'all. Very so much appreciate it. And we're gonna listen real quick. It'll be short. It'll be short. You know, we're not trying to be here for too long, but I want to give you an update of where we stand as a channel before I continue. Big shout out to Jen. Thank you so much for being here. Very so much appreciated. Amy Conway said, Kathy, send a big thank you to you, brother. Thank you so much, Amy Conway. Very so much appreciated. You are amazing. And thank you so much for sharing the love of this channel everywhere that you go. It's very so much appreciated. You are a very, very special person in this channel, and we very much appreciate everything that you do and you support. Thank you. Amy Conway say, how can a judge accept a plea when no evidence point to the defendant? Unethical. Totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Because yet the judge could accept, okay? Let's be very precise with that. A judge could accept a plea deal, a guilty plea deal in this case, but the judge, when the proffer for the prosecution occur, prosecution has to be so precise on everything that they have against the defendant. Undisputable evidence, crispy clean, with no type of errors, with chain of custody intact, with a proper chain of custody of that one item that you indicate that is the main item of why Bryan Kohberger is a defendant at that moment. With that said, if at this day today no one has seen a picture of the sheath located where they say they found it, and every single step taken after that intact, you don't have a case. You don't. In that proffer, when prosecution is telling the judge what they have against the suspect, defendant, at that moment, while they providing whatever they say they have against the defendant, they also have to have undisputed evidence that in a frank hearing can get dispute, because everything was crispy clean. None of those steps was taken. None of that evidence was certified with nothing. And whatever alleged certifications they could have of that evidence did not follow a proper protocol. That's errors, that's mistakes that a fair judge, and I repeat, a fair judge will take in consideration. Jen said, awesome. People need to know the law and how this chip works. Yes, totally agree with you, Jen. Thank you so much for being here. Very so much appreciate it. Thank you for seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Very so much appreciate it. Thank you for you to be here. Yeah. Mikan would say thank you. Now, thanks to you, Amy. You are amazing. So with that said, let's go real quick to the footage. Let's get to the content. Big shout out to Ramos Law. Make sure that y'all subscribe to Ramos Law. Ramos, Ramos. Ramos Law. Make sure that y'all go follow the link on the description that is going to be allocated as soon as we finish this live stream. Y'all will have the link for this video. Okay. So big shout out to them, and let's listen to what they have to say. Let's continue.
People get arrested every day and they're charged with crimes such as felonies and misdemeanors. Ultimately, they have to make a decision as to whether or not they want to plead guilty or not plead guilty. For our conversation today, let's assume for the sake of argument that all the evidence is pointing to guilt and there's nothing you can do to really fight the case.
Let's pay attention because in this particular moment, he's talking about that a specific moment when the evidence is not just overwhelming, but the evidence also is precise. Touche. Crispy, clean evidence. We all do process. We all process of law within the investigation process, the investigative body. It don't matter past flaws within that department, but as long as the one particular case that we're talking about, wrong occurring and under perfection levels, which are required by the book of law, is required to, if you are going to sentence someone for their life, death penalty in this case, you have to give everything available under the book of law. That includes time. In the same way, Judge Hitler said that he don't let no one influence his decisions. How can he say that when the prosecution is influencing his decisions? Facts. No judge that he gets put in the position that Hitler was put on. None of the judges that I know at this day today, none of those judges will act, perform, and speak in the ways and manners Judge Hitler performed for the Idaho 4 Bryan Kohberger case. It's a shame and a sham at the same time. Is, in my opinion, Judge Hitler should lose any type of license that he needs and require to be a judge. He violated every, not just judge, but also Judge Hitler, including Megan Marshall. All three judges violated for a fact. Let's be clear, for a fact. This is undisputable by now. Documents are out. If you thought that I was potent in 2022, welcome to 2026 Jrod on Point. When it's a fact, we're going to say it's a fact. If it's my opinion, I will tell you it's my opinion. Whenever I say it's a fact, if you don't believe my facts, you go and do your homework. You